So for your solution for the second module, you're essentially extending the drawing that you completed for the 2.1 assignment. And after our review on Wednesday, if there were minor changes or edits for your drawing, you can and should apply those suggested edits and post your 2.1 drawing again, okay? Because you can resubmit. And that's just something we want to be abundantly clear about today. Today is about applying all of and following through in the same manner on your side with all of the tasks and steps we did for our demonstration over the previous days. So what are we saying? We drew a diagram of a compound logic gate that had at least two different logic gates. We created a truth table for that logic gate. We drafted and derived a canonical expression for that and a logical statement, right? And then went to the HDL environment and then built it. And what you're going to do is you're going to resubmit your drawing as one of the criteria for this solution. And then you're going to submit your truth table and your canonical and your logical statement and the HDL file. And then you're going to take 2 screenshots of a case where the output is a true and a screenshot where the output is false based on your design, okay? So in simple terms, you're going to walk through the same things we've been sharing and showing and doing in class, only now it's your turn. The rest of our session is not likely to be recorded unless everyone would prefer to go ahead and continue the recording, and because you want a record of the steps we went through for assistance. So we're going to spend the rest of the time in class today basically assisting each of you as needed. So I want you to take up your screens and get started with this process. And I'm going to stay in session. And as questions come up, I mean, and they might be as simple as, hey, I've revised my diagram. Can I share that on the screen? Is this good to post? Or, hey, here's my truth table for my custom logic gate, right? I've drawn a custom logic gate and here's the truth table. Is this truth table correct, right? You can also choose to work collaboratively. We've already talked about that. We've explained that collaboration is welcome. And so you can start sideline chats, and you can share screens on the side. I can create like a workroom in Zoom, which is pretty cool. They're called breakout rooms, where if 2 or 3 of you would like to work together and share your ideas, you can join a breakout room and then check each other's stuff. Just remember that the idea is you can't turn in the same identical diagram, the same identical HDL, the same identical, because the HDL is going to have your name at the top in the header. Does everybody understand what I'm talking about there?
Yes.
Yeah. So when you go into the solution here, if I go into mine, I go into built-in chips, right? Then I go to my custom chip. Here's a not or. So as I look at this, I could be working with someone because I have the same drawing. It just happens that I have the same drawing or not, but it's going to be my name up here, right? And my date and the name of my chip. And my logic statement is not going to be identical to what, So it's okay to check each other's results and to suggest and assist each other, but everybody needs to, we're not turning in a team result. Okay, I just want to be clear about that. So we're not turning in one result for 2 or 3 people. That's not happening. Does everybody understand the distinction between working in groups?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Would anyone like me to form a couple of breakout rooms, or would you just like to go ahead and get started? I'll stop the recording and pause the screen share, and then, you know, you chime in whenever and however as needed. What do you think? What is your preference? Go ahead.
What do you mean by the chime in again?
Well, what you're going to do is, I'm glad you asked that question, Byton. So let's pretend that for the next 10 minutes, you're working on the truth table based on your own diagram. And you would like someone to check. And you'd either like a peer to check it, so you'd like a breakout room, or you'd like to just share it on screen and say, okay, here's my diagram, here's my truth table. What do you think, right? Now, does everyone have to be on screen when we're checking things? No. An alternate mode we can work here is that I remain in session. All of you drop, all of you start working. When you're ready to ask, hey, can you check this? You join the conference room. So you join the Zoom again. I'll see you. And if I'm looking at something that someone wants me to check, others can be in the waiting room. Okay. So basically I can do this one-on-one instead of doing it in front of a live audience. How about if we try that first? Is that amenable or acceptable to everyone here? So we're not recording it. We're not putting it out on YouTube. We're not, you know, reviewing everybody's first attempt to put this process and then, oh, there it is on YouTube for the rest of your life. No, we're not doing that. Okay. But does that sound good?
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we did that.
Okay, so here's what we need. I got to make sure okay, I've got Byton, Aaliyah, Aiden, Joshua, Michaela, Michael, Ryan, and Shande at this time. Is there anyone else before we? Okay, that's officially what I'm going to post for attendance. And if somebody else new comes in, I'll add them to the list, okay? So I'm going to stop recording.